The video begins with the text PR Plus presents in pink on a yellow background. In this video, Gopika Kapoor, a parent and autism consultant, speaks to us about the various ways parents can approach the topics of sexual pleasure, desire, intimacy, consent, and more. The scene shifts to the text. I don't think I can talk to my daughter about her body or sexual pleasure. I've never acknowledged it myself. What steps can I take?
This is one of those topics that is so difficult to discuss with your children, isn't it? You think that when you talk to them about sex in as biological a way as possible, that you're doing your job. But as you and I both know, sex is not just about two biological parts fitting together, is it? It's so much more than that. Your daughter needs to get this information from you. And the reason that they need to get this from you is because they may not have the avenues to get it from elsewhere. We also don't want them to get information that could be harmful to them, or more importantly, that is just wrong. At the same time, we don't want them to feel that because they have a disability that they are not worthy of love or worthy of desire or pleasure because of their disability. So, sorry parent, but this is just one thing that you're going to have to do. So let's start by breaking down sexual pleasure for yourself. We get so caught up in daily life, in the activities, in our work, in our children, that this is one area of our life that we don't think about at all. So maybe you could start by listing down all the things that you like, right? Talk about what you think about pleasure. And maybe that could be the first point. One way to really broach a conversation like this, which is kind of difficult, is to write out what you could want to say, and use it and to over and over again, say it over and over again, practice it, maybe in front of a mirror, maybe tape yourself, or maybe do it with your spouse or a friend, and then make sure that you are comfortable. It always helps to use a book or a movie which your child may relate to, and use that as a starting point, and then move into a conversation about sex and pleasure. The other thing that tends to happen is that we are so caught up in teaching our children about the risks that are associated with early sex, unsafe sex, that we don't teach them about the joys of human sexuality. And sex is something that is joyous and pleasurable, and we want them to know that side of it as well. They also sort of know that sex is good, but they don't know what is good about it. So when you're talking to your daughter, make sure you use words like love, respect, trust, and mutually agreeable. Make sure that they really understand what these words mean, and they understand it in its entirety, not just as words, so that they know that sex is something that is joyous, and that is something that both people have to agree to.
The scene shifts to the text. My daughter has a disability which makes her completely dependent on me as her caregiver. We only have time to focus on academics and just manage a day to day life. How can I even think about desire and pleasure, or even sexual pleasure in her case? I'm so afraid of her getting hurt or manipulated.
If I were to ask you to list down your daily routine of all the things that you have to pack into one day, I'm sure you must be having barely 10 minutes to sit down and catch your breath. As parents of a child with a disability, I know how tough it is to get that time, and I know how difficult it is to even find the time and space to start a conversation on pleasure, on desire, on sex. It's very, very hard. But I know that you and I both know that this is a very, very important part of all our lives, whether we have a disability or not. And also added to this is the fact that the topic of sex is so taboo in our country and in our society, and so we just prefer to brush it under the carpet, and we place much more emphasis on things like academics, which are so much more achievable aspects of our daughters' lives. Because let's face it, in our own minds, we really wonder that whether our children will be able to experience joys of pleasure, desire, and sex. As parents, we are so scared of our child getting hurt or manipulated. And let me tell you that this is regardless of whether they have a disability or not. But let's think about this, that whether they have a disability or not, there are chances of our daughter getting hurt or manipulated in any case. And so, what I'm asking for you to do is to just put your fear aside. Put it aside for a little while. You don't have to let it go. Put it aside just so that you understand for yourself that this is something that you have to do, and you're not letting that fear cloud your judgment or your thinking. Then what you do have is the space and the time to create this conversation, to start this conversation, and within it teach them how to be smart and how to be safe. Teach them about safety, teach them about consent, not just as a physical, at the physical level of safety, but also on a subtler emotional level. And like we talked about earlier, you can use case studies, you can do role play, you can reference books, you can reference movies. So for example, a movie like English Winglish would talks about respect for oneself, and which eventually goes into the relationship. Whereas a movie like Kabir Singh talks about how your daughter does not want to be treated, because you can use a negative example as well. You can use TV shows, you can use YouTube shows, use whatever you want. Think of whatever is relatable to your daughter and use that to start this very, very important conversation.
The scene shifts to the text. I'm afraid that my daughter might want to be physically intimate with her boyfriend. What do I say to her? Is this okay? Should I talk to her about it?
As we're entering the third wave of the pandemic, what people in the past 2 years have missed the world over has been touch. They've missed hugging their parents, their partners, their friends freely and without fear of the coronavirus. We all want touch and intimacy, including your daughter. And yes, your daughter will also want to be physically intimate. This is yet another area of their life that you will not be a part of, but it would be best for you both to talk about it. You could first think about what you're going to say, perhaps even write it down like I've mentioned earlier. That way you'll be much more comfortable with the idea. Just telling them that being intimate is okay, that it's allowed and they're right to feel this way would probably be a really big thing for them. Because very often they may be given this message by society, by media, by friends that they are not allowed intimacy, and that is a wrong message for them to get. It's also important to talk about consent and boundaries, as Apurupa has very beautifully explained in her video. And explaining what these boundaries are so that your daughter is very, very clear about them would really help them to have healthy relationships and also protect them from being hurt. You could start by talking about what kind of touches, words, gestures make you feel comfortable, as well as those that you dislike or make you uneasy. Like, for example, I know that if a loved one touches me on my shoulder over here, it conveys to me support, it conveys love, it conveys that they've got my back and are supporting me no matter what. The same gesture, if it is done by a professional colleague or somebody I don't know so well, just makes me feel queasy and gives me the creeps. And so talking about this is really important so that your daughter can relate to what makes you easy and loved and supported, as well as what makes you feel uneasy and uncomfortable. You could even just use a cutout of the body or else trace out their body like we used to do when they were kids and mark out areas with crosses and ticks, and just talk about what areas make them feel easy and comfortable to be touched in and those that they make them feel uneasy. You can make this into a game, and it would be a lot of fun if you play this with your daughter, especially if your daughter prefers to express themselves visually or by drawing. You could also use emotion cards, which are very easily downloadable from the internet, and match the emotion to the touch. Make sure that you help them understand that they can say no. This is very, very important. And maybe what you could do is help them compose a couple of scripts for exactly what they can say. If your daughter communicates without words, then teach them how to indicate that they are not comfortable with being touched in a particular place or way. This could be a simple gesture like just putting their hand out like that, or a cross like this or like this, to indicate no, as long as they understand that saying no is something that they can say and that they must say no or indicate no if they are feeling uncomfortable.
The scene shifts to the text. My daughter likes women, but I do not think it is right, and I have stopped her. What do I do next?
In our minds, when we think of love, romance, sex, and desire, we think of a hunky, muscular Shah Rukh Khan or Hrithik Roshan with a gorgeous Bollywood beauty. Two Bollywood beauties just don't go together. Maybe because it's different from your idea of love and might go against what you've grown up with and believe in. So, finding out that your daughter likes women may be difficult for you. Perhaps this is an opportunity to broaden your own mind, unlearn a few harmful old beliefs, and relearn about the many shades that love, sex, and desire can have. It's important to remember that your daughter's sexuality and whom they choose to love is not wrong or bad, even if it's different from your choices or ideas. Stopping them won't make them stop loving women, but rejecting them or not accepting their relationship might just ruin the relationship that you have with them.
The scene shifts to the text. I don't think my daughter will be able to have sex. So, what's the point of even bringing it up and sharing all this information?
Pleasure is a word that includes but is not only about sex and desire. We take pleasure in good food, great conversations, beautiful music, a breathtaking sunset, and sometimes even silence. The things that give us pleasure come to us through our senses, and touch is one such sense that might bring us joy and pleasure, such as a tight hug, a deep kiss, a comforting hand on our shoulder, and something more. Seeking pleasure is what makes our life worth living and gives us reason to live. In that sense, it is as important to our life and sense of well being as breath. Everyone needs and deserves pleasure, whether they have a disability or not, and that includes your daughter. Talk to her about pleasure and what gives her pleasure. This need not all be sexual in nature, but leave room in the conversation so that she can discuss what gives her sexual pleasure as well. Let her know that she need not depend on another person to bring pleasure to herself. She can do this through a well made cup of tea, an aromatic scent, or touch. Above all, assure her that she can and should seek pleasure to make her life richer, more meaningful, and whole.
The scene shifts to the text. My daughter has dreams of getting married and having a baby. How can I prepare her for them?
A lot of us have followed the path that our parents dreamed of for us: education, job, kids, promotion, house, car. A lot of us have not, even though we may have wanted to. Some of us are happy, some of us are not, and so it may be with your daughter. She may get married and have a baby, or she may not. However, as her parent, it is up to you to make sure that this is not the focus of her life. Help her to become financially independent and explore her potential to the extent that she can. Help her to explore her interests, help her to learn new and different things. For instance, if she's interested in baking, encourage her dreams of opening up her own baking service or bakery. You could look up recipes together, watch videos, think of a brand name, or even design a logo for her own bakery. Create opportunities for her to go out and meet people, to be fit and healthy, and to look after herself. When she talks of marriage, acknowledge it and say that it is important, but tell her that she should have other hopes and dreams too. Teach her that happiness comes in different forms and that she can have a happy and fulfilled life even without marriage and children. And the best way to do this is to practice it yourself. Make sure you keep yourself happy. Make sure that relationships are not the only thing giving you happiness and that you seek happiness in varied forms. When your daughter sees you doing this, they will automatically look towards you as a role model and learn to be happy within themselves for themselves.
This video ends with two logos on a yellow background. The first one is a pink heart and a plus sign and has Pyar Plus written underneath. And the second one is a green and black eye and has point of view written next to it.